And we back. I told y'all don't go nowhere. I told y'all I was gonna be right back. All right, was gonna miss out. Now, if y'all see the last video, you know I rapped the DPS's Saitama rap, which was headbanging at the best. Okay, ain't nothing lower than headbanging. All right, pause on that. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyways, as I was saying, today's video again we're reacting to Blade versus Buffy Death Battle. Now, I've seen many of Death Battle's videos, alright? And I can 100% say with so much certainty that this is the most one-sided fight I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I was about to be sadly mistaken.
Alright? I've seen many one-sided fights before that Death Battle has done. This has to take the cake. This has to take the cake. There's just no possible way. I'm sorry. Now maybe they might pull something. Knowing Death Battle, I'm not dissing you in any way, but knowing y'all might pull something out of your behind to make Buffy win this. But if not, Blade is clutching it. I don't think you realize how powerful Blade is. Yes, Blade is half vampire, half per human. Yes, I understand that. But the things he's capable of doing, I don't think you realize that. This is not a man you should be messing with. Alright, it's not a person you want to mess with. Blade, in my opinion, is like the Marvel version of Batman. Okay? When you come across him, instant fear goes into your soul. There's nothing you can do against Blade. Alright? There's nothing you can do. Because you will die. Regardless, you will die. And God forbid if you was, and that's if you're a human. God forbid if you're a vampire. He not even gonna kill you, bro. He gonna make sure your existence will not even exist on his planet. All right. I actually would prefer Batman than him. So Death Battle, I want to see where you at, where you going with this, because I'm curious. All right, I'm just curious as to how they're gonna, what they're gonna do with this. Okay, let's get this started. Start recording. Okay. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is realistic. Okay, so guaranteed, because they did this last time with Red Hood and Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier won easily, but what else?
Blade versus Buffy, the Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer. Hey,
hold on. Okay. Don't clown me on this. Don't clown me with this one, okay? I don't watch their channel, but I do know some of their actors. I don't watch Starman, okay? I don't watch it, but I have seen some of their actors. I swear that's the same chick I've seen. Maybe, I don't know. But it looks
Boomstick, like and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Wait, ain't that fiction? That's Fiction the Samurai. I know him anywhere.
They are known by many names. Revenant, Vortala, Nosferatu. Vampires! When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood. Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day. Blade. Is that really his costume? Hang on. Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If y'all saw Marvel Zombies, you would know that Blade in that whole show was horrifying.
Blade is one of the coolest superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze. And yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this. Blade doesn't need anyone's help. He'll just aura farm by himself. Even Blade's birth was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost. And he drank her blood right before.
Make that new movie, Marvel, please. It's not that hard. I know. I understand. It's probably took a long time for the process and everything. I understand that. But Sinners did it well. Alright? It's not that hard. Come on.
or she gave birth.
This infused
Come on,
Eric
Marvel.
with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would reap the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets
Come on, Buffy, you're not winning this. You're not winning this.
out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts. And his
There's no
Kevlar
way you're
DuPont
winning
armor
this.
helped him take the top of Count Von Stott's castle exploding.
He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses.
That's called blood
Also,
magic.
his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
After studying the ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art
No,
he's been
not yet.
stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So, for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography,
Okay, I guess
we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, Kickboxing, Shotokan Karate, and Hapkido. Add on Blade's knack for
Hapkido.
stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's training
Did I not say that at the beginning of this video? Did I not say that Blade is practically Marvel's Batman? Did I not say that? Told you. Look what's on my wall. A Marvel poster. I'm just that guy. Okay.
progressed smoothly
I'm just him.
until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you?
Well, yeah, that's fair. Dracula's whole real. They're probably thinking, listen, we deal with so many aliens, monsters, everything, right? This is another Tuesday for us. Vampires, we deal with AI going rogue. Aliens on a daily basis. A vampire is the least of our concern.
Doing anything about this? He's right there!
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal, a hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable. He's got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower, and he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual.
We're gonna play him eventually, okay? Y'all saw that? We're gonna play Blade eventually.
Acid-etched titanium katanas.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium,
Oh,
a variant of the metal that is mass-producible.
It might not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally, Blade
at
has
that.
even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It is
What the
a
hell?
living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they
If I'm not gonna work on Buffy, but there's no way you're surviving that.
cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out. They can even hurt Hell Lords and even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the spirit of
that.
vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams
I'm
like
sorry, did you hear that? He bested the Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos. Spirit of Vengeance is the demon inside Nicolas Cage, where it makes it not Nicolas Cage, Johnny Blaze to make Ghost Rider. This is the same spirit that went toe to toe with Mephisto. The practice Marvel's Marvel Satan, pretty much. Buffy, you're not winning this.
Like the
I
Avengers,
love you,
he
but
prefers
you're
to
not
work
winning.
alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, vampires.
That, and Blade is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness, a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will end.
One sec, y'all. Hold up. My TV acting up real quick. For now, we're gonna turn you off. I don't know what's happening with you. No, we'll figure you out later. Oh yeah, I just have to fix my damn monitor. I don't know. What are you doing? You betrayed me. No, we're here. Nope, 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 nope.
For fear of endangering
Sorry,
her.
y'all.
If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside out,
Damn.
Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained
So you're gonna abandon your daughter because you want to grow up. You don't want to feast off of her. And you find out she has powers, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm back in your life." now."
him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires
Boy Thing?
beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
That's not funny.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
You know what's awesome? Being right. You're just boast two-player
App that off more on girl like
followed me on
the Prize Picks app.
It's code
Good to be
there is a
Let's get into it now.
in every generation there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible powers.
For those of you who never actually seen this show, the show is by far one of the greatest, well, like one of the best vampire, like one of the best supernatural shows ever. All right, this is definitely. I mean, your boy had a little crush on Buffy. I won't lie to you, but I mean, who did it?
Was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and the next, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything, Buffy Ann Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only goals in life were, in her own words, graduate from high school,
Damn,
go
hold
to
up, she 5'4"? Damn.
Europe, marry Christian Slater,
Oh,
and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slaying, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her mom to move to sunny
FBI, you hearing this?
Dale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the valley, alright.
Of
Along
course.
with new Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy
Hey, it's Lily. Oh, sorry. I saw that's my How I Met Your Mother brain.
Part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and
Damn, I forgot how much like people that was in it. Bro.
Xander. Buffy and her Scooby gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels.
Damn.
Tens of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing.
Bro, just imagine you like a whole being that doesn't get hurt by any ancient weapon. You're like, oh, okay, my AK-47. like, dang, what kind of power is this? Some power. Welcome to the 20th century. Like,
Kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently
Hey, I
thinks
think
Hong
Taekwondo.
Kong's kung fu movie
what, y'all don't believe me? I'm not gonna get up. I'm probably gonna like break my knee or something. But like, I need to take Taekwondo.
masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her lack of armor,
I forgot to actually have those. Yeah. Those two was smashed very hard. It nearly broke. It broke the damn building. I forgot about that. Holy. Buffy was so bad. though.
she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Sifrilian's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical scars,
She got that OG plot armor.
but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world.
Yeah, that was wild, bro. Like, how you gonna turn evil after taking a girl's virginity? That's crazy. That's a different level.
That must be one of those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse
Omni-Man
by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the Hell God Glory. After leaping into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed
Boomstick? Really? Are you kidding me right now? I saw it. Yeah, I did not say anything. Don't ever make that joke again. That's nasty. Don't look
herself
up,
to save the universe,
don't look up
dying
what
a
Glory
hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Yes, it
Finally
was.
freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven
She
in
saved the world a
perfect
lot.
bliss. Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence! This absolutely crushed Buffy and, ironically, annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy.
I would have been like, why would you resurrect me? Let me die in peace, please. Don't resurrect me after I just sacrificed myself to save the world. If that's the case, then nothing I do matters.
But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the first evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The Slayer Scythe!
It's actually a Bardiche.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient demons, the Scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The Scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the Scythe, Buffy was finally
That's
whole.
almost like that one night from Sinners, where my boy was it Stag. They had I forgot what it was called, but it was a knife, but it had the brass knuckles on it. But also had a point tip of the bomb to crack someone's head open. As because they were during the war, they had this, so you can either stab someone, punch someone, or go at the top of the head.
Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons.
I ain't got you. If I was Buffy and my friends resurrected me from the dead, I'm going back in that grave. I died protecting this planet. You go bring me back? Let me go to sleep, please.
For any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth, because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
I don't know, those are some pretty dope topics, but I'm gonna still put my money on Blade. I'm sorry.
Hey, as you know, it's Skeletober.
You don't get it.
Skeletober, we sell
Including our EG. That's WW.
I'm still putting my money on.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
I'm still putting
It's
my money on
time
Blade.
for
I'm
a
sorry.
live-action death battle!
They picked the right dude to play Blade in this one. Damn, hold on. This quality though. You know, Death Battle, if you really wanted to, y'all could actually lock in and make a whole movie. It is her. I was right. So you all know how this is gonna go. I know how it's gonna go. My boy Blade and my boy Fiction
They
too.
were kings long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten. You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours.
Don't put your hand on blade,
Tonight,
or a blade's hand gonna go through you.
we feast.
Daywalker.
And she is just the start.
Damn! Deuces. Hey, Walker. Death battle, lock in. Make a short film or something, please. This is the best. Oh my god! Damn! Green as hell, bro. Five the arrow. That's like. Oh no! Oh no! He did it, bro. Oh! Oh my god! Nah, that was hella sick, bro. No, that was hella sick. He caught the arrow, then proceeds to use it. Nah, this is death battle. Lock in. I'm telling you, bro. Like, look at this. Okay. Oh, done. Come on. Frank gave up. Zach was like, I'm coming home, Barbara. Damn. I don't want to do this. Damn! No mercy, bro.
She was just a kid.
So?
Not anymore.
For those of you who don't know either, this guy right here, he actually is good with the sword. This is the reason why they call him Fiction the Samurai, because he is actually dope with the sword. You should see some of his videos. Look up YouTube, Fiction the Samurai. He is honestly, he is so dope. This man does the sickest. He does so much like videos. Oh my god, there's so much roleplay too. Nice. Damn! Oh! No, y'all didn't see that again. You see that? No, wait. Hold on, where my kunai at, bro? I don't have my kunai anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I put it in here.
You want your damn mind?
You want to put a damn mouth? I'm sorry, but I'm still putting my money on Blade. Blade just has more experience in fighting. Remember, he's 100 years old. He's been fighting this since a long time. The choreography in this is amazing. Like, what in the hell?
Amateur hour. There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
The line is corny, but it still hits hard. Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. Oh, damn! Oh, whoa!
Another sword.
See? He knows how to...
Bring it on.
Oh my god! This is so beautiful. I'm sorry. Woo! Damn! Remember that act of everything. You may be immune to small cuts, but you're not immune to getting your head cut off. Easy. I'm sorry. I don't think y'all understand how cold that was. I really don't think y'all know how cold. I don't think y'all understand how cold that was. That was so cold. This might actually be Death Battle's best video. I'm sorry. Can you run that back again? Like, oh god, the aura. Okay, yeah, they're gonna pull something out their ass now. They pulled the.
Looks like you got
Don't say it.
ahead of yourself.
Just for that, I hate you.
Hey-o! To be Blade tenued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not,
saying.
Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade
Yeah.
can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare
Okay, that's fair. That's actually kind of fair. I wouldn't
Dracula
lie.
creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5
True.
times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London.
Okay,
They could
well,
both
that's-
dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to be.
What I love about Buffy is that it's like even though she, at the end of the, even though she has all this stuff, she's still technically a human. She's still technically a human.
In the odd
She
man
will
out,
die.
though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more personal experience, Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age, at least 40 times older than Blade, gives her the superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately
Yeah.
for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul? Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly, just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight. It could easily
Yeah.
deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us? Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium
That's right.
skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse devouring god, I think you could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage over the Daywalker.
Really thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy sure put a damn fear on things.
The winner is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Next time
Hey, oh what?
on Death Battle.
Is that Dante? Oh, that's gonna be Dante. Oh, that's gonna be hella mad. That's gonna be hella crazy. Y'all, this actually might actually be death battles. Nah, this deserves a like for sure. This might actually be Death Battle's best fight yet. I'm sorry. The quality on it was great. The fight scene, immaculate. The choreography, crazy. And you got an actual person who knows how to use an actual sword. This deserves all the praise. This deserves all the praise. I actually cannot wait for this. This is Blade. Loki, though, you gotta give Buffy her credit still. Blade's been around longer, yes, but I'll take my cake and eat it. I'll take my cake and eat it. She 100% can be thing. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I could say though is that one thing I will say about her having more skill and stuff. Skill. I say they're pretty even with both in my thing, because you have to understand too that is Blade went up against Zarathos, which is a little demon god who went toe to toe with Mephisto, Marvel Satan, pretty much, and he bested him at it, which is crazy. All right, but at the same time, too, I guess Buffy also killed a literal god as well. So I mean, I guess maybe, I don't know, I guess. But hey, I would love to see a Buffy and Blade team up. I won't even hold you, bro. Fiction, I don't know if you're ever gonna see this, but hey, y'all, you did good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you did pretty good. You did really good. Anyways, y'all, I'll catch y'all with another video. Hopefully Monday. Y'all gonna see it, but until then, I'll see y'all with another video. I'm out of here. Stay blessed.